Welcome back for another episode of the Project Zomboid Survivor Podcast. My name is Chuck Miller, and as always, I am joined by Sam.
Hello.
AKA Nautical on YouTube, and also Ash.
Good evening.
AKA Zombie Ash Gaming. Now, in today's episode, we are going to be focusing on all the different occupations that you can choose as part of the character creation when you're setting up for your next one on Project Zomboid. So we're going to start. We're going to start with the unemployed occupation, which is a bit of a misnomer, really, I suppose. So I don't know if you know, but if you looking at the different occupations that you take, you will get a certain number of free traits, or you will have to spend trait points, or you'll have to spend some trait points to get this occupation. Starting with unemployed, you get a massive 8 free trait points.
Yep, it's pretty big.
It is. That is a good way to start, I would say, when you're setting up. Did either of you guys take unemployed?
Yeah, go on, Ash, go on.
Yeah, I mean, I take it every time, without fail, pretty much. Just for them 8 free trait points. The way I look at it is, the rest of the other skills can be trained. The XP bonus is nice with some of the other the occupations, but for me, 8 points, love it. Then that way I can get my high strength, high fitness, and things like that. Really.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Do you tend to spend those 8 starting points on anything in particular?
Yeah, definitely to get the main focus when I make a character is getting a strength and fitness as high as I can, and with unemployed, it gives you a nice chance to do that. Definitely.
Yeah, no, fitness and strength. We're going back into traits here, aren't we? But
yeah,
it's so important to. Well, it depends how you play the game. But if you're combat focused, get your strength and fitness as high as you possibly can in the traits menu. Just get yourself that head start, because you will never, in all my hours of Zomboid, I've never seen my character upgrade in strength or fitness.
No,
not once, once. And I don't know if that's just me and other people have, but I don't know. And just get them as high as possible, and that's why whenever I leave the character screen, I've got 9 strength or 9 fitness, trying to get max, because once it's there, you rarely lose it, don't you? It's very hard to lose.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever lost it either, to be fair.
Exactly. So once you've got all that strength, and so you don't have to worry about that, and you are basically just a machine now. You are a killing machine, and yes, maybe it might be nice to have that extra skill in long blunt, but you can get that just through playing the game. But you can't get fitness and strength through playing the game, funny enough.
No.
So that's my look on it.
Yeah.
Okay. See, don't you think that makes it too easy, though? Going into the game with like 9 strength or 9 fitness? Doesn't that make you too good?
I don't know. No, I wouldn't say so. There's always... I mean, it helps, definitely.
Yeah.
But
I think it's more of just I hate walking down the street and getting tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, or carrying something slightly over your carry capacity. Yeah, true. It is a bit annoying.
I mean, if it was a bit more, if the skill gain for strength and fitness was a bit more generous, shall we say, then maybe I wouldn't focus so much on strength and fitness if I knew I could train them. But I know, like you said, Sam, once if you haven't got it at the start, you ain't getting it.
Ever.
Yeah.
Because the sort of baseline for strength and fitness is 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right, isn't it? Yeah.
Which it's an okay amount, but once you have 10 fitness and 10 strength,
yeah,
you know it.
Yeah. Well, also at the higher strength, the bigger your carry capacity is as well. So,
yeah.
Which is massive because there's a lot of stuff you can pick up in Zomboid, isn't there?
You carry everything. Always overweight, always over encumbered.
Yeah,
you're that guy who has like 4 bandages, 6
definitely
packs of antidepressants,
definitely,
and all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So So if Sony was new, you'd both say unequivocally unemployed would be a good occupation to take, purely because of those extra traits.
I would say.
I would say no, but gosh, explain your point.
Well, now I'm thinking about it, it may not be beginner friendly because it means you're gonna have to jig around with some negative points on there as well. I mean, it's a tough one. If you don't know what to take, go unemployed, I suppose, and then just take some positive traits with them 8 points, I suppose.
Yeah, because arguably, if you've got 8 trait points to spend, it means you're not going to have to take so many negative.
You could take some nice ones if you knew, I like the look of that, I'll try that. And you haven't got to have any negatives. And having that, being unemployed doesn't give you any debuff or anything. So, in that sense, but I mean, there are other occupations that I would say are more beginner friendly than unemployed. But it's not a bad one, I'd say. It's not a bad one.
Yeah. Now, I would say a good trait is burglar. For a starter. The description of the burglar is people who prefer to sneak past zombies rather than fight them. You're much quicker on your feet, and you can hotwire vehicles.
Yeah.
And as a new player, vehicles are a pretty cool thing to have, and they just want to drive around and explore. And also, just with a burglar, you're a burglar. Yeah, it's just. I don't know. This is the trait that I went with when I first started, I think.
I use it a lot.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But we should probably cover that in a bit more detail a bit later.
Yes.
When we get to it.
So unemployed, 8 free trait points. It's not a bad choice.
No.
We'd all agree with that, right?
Yeah. It's my go-to all the time now.
It's my go-to normally.
Okay, should we move on?
Yeah.
All right, so next is fire officer. Now, this is quite a powerful one. I would say this is one of the better ones. So if you choose the fire officer occupation, you get quite a notable amount of skill boost. You get +1 axe. So that means you start off at level 1 axe. You get +1 fitness, +1 sprinting, and +1 strength. I'd say, and it doesn't cost you any. You don't have to spend any trait points to get that occupation. That sounds like a very good deal.
It's a very good deal.
It's a good one. It is a good one, definitely.
And also,
no,
I was just going to say. I mean, it's not a massive thing, but some of the occupations you start with certain clothing. So with the fire officer, you get firefighter pants, which can give you some useful protection.
Yeah, also on that as well. You can spawn. If you spawn in Rosewood, there's a chance that you spawn in the fire station as well.
Yeah.
And that's a very good base location.
It is a very popular one.
And because you spawn in the building, there are no zombies in the building. So it's completely free.
You just got to worry about all the zombies outside.
But yeah. But yeah.
But yeah, it's a really good location.
Yeah, and obviously keep in mind, if you spawn in the fire station, there's going to be axes, there's going to be more clothing, there's going to be a lot of loot.
Yeah,
so
and also
keep in mind too.
With the fire officer, you will get boosts for the axe as well, won't you? So
that's a nice boost. I would argue that the starting clothing, the fireman pants, aren't really that helpful because they do slow you down, don't they?
You
and
get sweaty
make
as
you
well.
Hot. And I think, it was someone, maybe Retinoru did a video on it, that I think they've changed it and there's actually very little chance of you taking an injury to the leg unless it's from a lunge or a crawler, I think now. Or that's upcoming, maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, I've seen that video, yeah. And then about 2 days after watching that video, I got bitten by a crawler. And I thought, for God's sake, because I remember. I'm sorry to slightly sort of go off point, but I remember, like way back when, crawlers there was a while where they were no threat whatsoever.
No,
they just didn't do anything. They were no threat. But now I was amazed when I got bitten by a crawler. But anyway, I thought, I can't believe it. I was trying to stomp them with my foot, and all of a sudden I heard that that audible sort of bite sound, and I thought, really? But anyway, I digress.
I don't want to jinx it, but I've never had that happen.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when it happened. I thought, I didn't even know it was a thing. I didn't know it was possible. I was not impressed.
Well, like I've said, I've just jinxed it, so I'll know soon.
Next video is happening to you.
Yeah.
But I would say Fire Officer, again, it's a good one to start with if you're a new guy, like new player. Costs nothing again, and you get some okay bonuses with it. You know, the 1 to axe, the fitness, sprinting, and strength. You know, 1 extra fitness and strength is pretty decent to not actually cost you anything.
Yeah.
And the spawn in the fire station, which is good. And I would say for a new person, start in Rosewood as well.
Yeah, that's true.
That could be a winner right there for a new player.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
I think it's possibly one of the better choices out of the occupations. It's surprising that it doesn't cost any trait points for me. Because you get boosts for 4 skills.
Useful skills too.
And and you potentially get you start in a very, very desirable location.
plus 1 and plus fitness, just that alone, and for it to not cost any points.
Yeah.
Plus the extras that you get on the axe. Having 1 in axe is massive at the beginning as well.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to be in the fire station.
Yeah.
There's very likely to be an axe there.
Yeah. I mean, sprinting, I can live without that because you don't need to be sprinting really. But again, nice to have. Why not? If you got sprinting, it's different. But shamblers, shamblers, you'd be fine without that. But it's a good one, definitely. I think.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So basically, it's worth noting for all of these, well, not for all of them, but for some of these occupations, you will spawn in a specific place if you start in that town. We mentioned the fire officer at Rosewood, and that can affect, that could be a factor on what you choose, can't it? Really, I suppose, as we sort of said.
Yes.
Also with the skill boost, we touched on the +1 axe, +1 fitness, sprinting, and strength for fire officer, as well as start getting an extra 1 level boost. You get 75% XP boost for the XP that you gain for those skills as well. So it seems quite a lot to me. I think that's a really good occupation to choose.
Yeah. I might have to play around a little bit with Fire Officer because it has definitely got potential there. It is a good one. Definitely. It's going in the good category.
Definitely surprising that it doesn't cost you any starting trait points.
Yeah.
I think, definitely.
Yeah.
But should we move on?
No.
So we all say fire officer is good.
Good, yeah, I'd say.
As it says in the description, fire officers can carry more and run faster for longer periods of time. That's referring to the fitness and sprinting. And strength.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah. Right, well, next one. Yeah, police officer. So we've got +3 aiming, +1 nimble, and +2 reloading. So if you're looking for a build that's sort of firearms focused, I guess that a police officer would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, sorry.
No, I was just going to finish off what it actually gives you and gets you. So it does cost you 4 trait points. So you'd have to take some additional negative traits to balance that out. And as I've said, the description, police officers are very effective with firearms. As such, this profession is great if you want to face the hordes of the undead, guns blazing. But that does sound good, doesn't it?
It does.
It's pretty fun to me.
That does sound fun. So have you taken this one? Is this something you view as something that's good to take?
I'm gonna jump in and say no. I would never take this, and I think it's quite bad actually.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Go on. So on the face of it, it sounds good, right? +3 aiming. So you start at level 3 aiming right at the beginning.
Yeah.
You've got that +1 nimble, which can be useful in sort of creeping around. But you'd say it's a never take. Explain.
I personally would say never, no. And so it's going to cost 4 points. So we're going to take some negatives with that. Now, +3 aiming. It's you could get that with a shotgun and with a horde. And at the beginning, you don't want to be using guns anyway. You want to, go out with a shotgun when you're based up. I mean, 2 in reloading. with single player, fast forward time, couple of magazines, you get level 2 in no time. Nimble,
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's one of them that's just so slow to level up. I think it's nimble level 4 when you can actually walk backwards faster than the zombies, is it?
Yep.
In combat stance. So level 1 ain't going to do nothing. Reload is nothing. Aiming, you can get to level 3 in no time. And it's going to cost 4 points. It is a no from me on this one.
I don't think you like it.
No, I think it's such a bad one, to be honest, thinking about it.
But what about the... don't overlook the fact that... I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm just trying to put a different point of view.
Yeah.
With the +3 aiming,
Yeah.
along with that, you'd get 125.
Yes.
Because you start at level 3, you do get 125% XP skill boost. So you would, in simplistic terms, you'd essentially level up your aiming twice as fast.
Yeah, that reminded me about... No, that actually gives me another bad point about it.
I wasn't expecting that.
Because at level 4 aiming, the XP drops off anyway, doesn't it?
Is it level 4? I thought it was level 6, but you're probably right.
I think it's level 4. I might be wrong, but I think it's level 4. So, after that, nah. For me, it's a no. No, hate it.
You know what, though? I've got to agree with you. It promotes cockiness.
Mm.
It's not like I'm giving a speech there. I don't know. You don't need... all these skills are acquirable by playing the game.
Yeah.
And you don't need to be guns blazing necessarily in the first day, the first week.
Mm.
Well, it depends on the player, but you don't need to do this, especially if you're a new player. Why? Yes, guns are cool and they go bang loud, but also that loud bang does attract and rings dinner bell.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
I know that I'm sure that we all know when to use guns and when to just use a melee. But I have a feeling that some new people, just people in general, might get trigger happy, and because they've got that level 3 aiming, I'm hitting my shots now. I'm hitting my shots. Let me do it more, and then do it in the middle of Mordor.
Even level 3 aiming is still pretty poor, I think.
Yeah,
like you're still gonna miss some, aren't you?
Like you still miss them when you're level 6 or 7.
Yeah. So
that is so annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Joe? Is this one for you?
Yeah. No, I can't really disagree because I agree with everything you say. It sounds great starting off at level 3 and something right at the start and getting a big XP boost, but you're not likely to have the ammo that you would need to sort of take advantage of that at the start, are you?
No.
And
I mean,
with the shotgun, it is very pleasing how quickly if you're starting at level 0, it's very pleasing how quickly you can level up aiming with a good shotgun and a couple of boxes, or maybe 4 boxes of shotgun shells. I guess.
About that, I reckon.
Get through those and you'll be almost at level 3 probably.
Yeah.
I would like to say that you have the chance to spawn. If you spawn in Rosewood or West Point, you have a chance to spawn inside a police station.
Go on, sorry.
And if you do, you will have that you were to access the armory.
Oh, you can access it, can you?
I
believe
start
with
so.
a key.
I believe so.
Ooh, he's sounding doubtful now. He believes so.
No, I would.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I know with going back to Unemployed, I am an Unemployed fanboy. In Rosewood, I think every time I spawn there, Unemployed, probably 6 out of 10 times I spawn in the police station anyway. I think that is a spawn. I know it's not on the wiki, but it happens all the time.
You must have been arrested then, huh?
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't get into the army or anything. You have to smash it down or get a key. But...
A drunken rage that took you into the
yeah.
Into the I mean, I don't know. If you can access the armory, which I'm actually double checking.
Thing is, it's so easy to get into it, isn't it? Just get a bloody pole or
just something.
A cleaver.
I was about to say,
I was watching your videos earlier,
absolutely amazing,
and I saw how OP the cleaver is for breaking down doors.
I was amazed.
keep hold of them going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm currently loading in to the prison, the police station. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna let you know if you can access the armory. Yeah,
underground coverage.
I'm making sure of it. Yeah.
As it happens.
I'm gonna get to the door. It's just gonna not open, and I'm just gonna leave. But yeah, I mean, if you can access it, it might be something to decide. Because I know that you said that you won't have the ammo right at the start.
But then it's kind of encouraging.
Yeah.
To go wild with a gun, isn't it? I mean, some people might like playing with that, but I would say, it's not worth it. Not worth it.
Well, I've just gone in and I have been able to open the doors.
Oh, well, there you go.
So
it's good to know.
Yeah,
we are adding to our extensive Zomboid knowledge.
Our extensive and expansive. Yeah, we know everything.
Right, so I guess the way we'd say police officer is, on the face of it, it looks quite good because you're getting some big starting boosts, if you like, to certain skills, but actually not that great a choice.
Yeah, no.
Is that how we'd sum that up?
I think long term, not a great choice.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to have some fun, you get some, you hit more of your shots. But if you're wanting to survive, no.
Get rid of police officer. It's a bad from me.
Yeah, it's a thumbs down.
Yeah.
It's a no-no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. Should we move on?
Yeah.
So next up, again, we've got another sort of occupation that gives you a lot of boosts. We've got park ranger.
Yeah.
Park ranger. So you've got +1 axe, +1 carpentry, +2 foraging, and +2 trapping. So as well as starting off with levels 1 and 2 in those respective skills, you also get a pretty handy boost of 75 or 100% to the XP you gain across 4 separate skills. One of them is combat, one is building, and one is would help you. 2 would help you with survival. I mean, that sounds a good deal, doesn't it? Costs you 4 trait points at the start, so you'd have to take a couple of negative traits. That sounds good, doesn't it? 4 skills. Park ranger. What do you think?
Yeah,
guys?
I mean, it's one of those skills where it's a good skill, but I think there's better options. And also I think it depends on the type of playthrough you're going for. If you're going for a wilderness playthrough, you move 75% quicker through forests. That is a game changer for forest playthroughs and living in the wild in the forest. However, there's with the level 1 axe skill is nice, but you can get that from the fire officer.
It's only nice if you've got an axe, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, very true.
And the carpentry, I don't know about you guys, but I find the carpentry skill pretty easy to kind of get the hang of. The foraging, that can be useful, but I'm not a big foraging user, really. I don't use it enough to justify it being one of the main pillars of my playthrough, like start-wise. And trapping, I only really use trapping when it gets into the winter months, obviously. And if I'm at that point, I have got those 2 skills anyway. So by the time I wouldn't use those 2 levels, really. And I'd only start using those 2 levels once I'd already have 2 levels anyway in my playthrough. I don't know. It's great. The stats are great, but when you compare it to something else, not as good.
Yeah. Let me just very sorry to interrupt, Ash. Let me just quickly read the description.
Sure.
If that's okay. So with this park ranger occupation, thanks to their skill boost, they're great for players who are looking to survive away from any town deep in the wilderness. Park rangers can move at 75% speed while walking through forests. They also have a bonus to search mode, allowing them to find items easily while in the foraging search mode. And it allows much faster movement through forests and woodland, as you said. I mean, that sounds good. One thing that interests me is going back to the spawn points. They sound like they're in the middle of nowhere.
House near forest.
Yeah, house. They all say house near forest or small house, don't they?
Or house with garden.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So do you
Very
think
descriptive.
think that could be a good thing if you're maybe quite new and to spawn somewhere that's sort of out of town and maybe a bit
So
secluded and not so many zombies.
So with a mole draw, it's really? It's there? That's where you have a chance of spawning? Okay, so in mole draw,
I've just looked now.
in mole draw, it's that like
Isolated
it's
house.
It's an isolated house with high walls around it.
Oh yeah, that's
a good base location.
Near the CDDA start.
Yeah.
That is
Is
a
it though?
good
'Cause
location.
is it though? Because there's quite dense forest all the way around that house,
But
and
all
the
you gotta
road.
do is stick a car in the way.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's only one, the zombies are only going to come in through the front gate there, and then if you go run over the fence, you go.
Yeah. Anyway, this isn't a base location.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just stop talking about our base locations.
I think Park Ranger, it's okay, actually. I would take this, possibly. Wouldn't be my first choice, but it's definitely better than police officer, I think. The one axe is nice. I mean, trapping. Well, I think is it level 2? You need to be able to do stick traps, which are the. Or is
I
it
think
level
you can do
1?
You can do stick traps at the start, can't you? Because they're the small ones that just catch birds, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure. I think you need a level. I may be wrong.
Maybe.
But
At level 1, you can do the snare traps, can't you?
yeah.
Which is the like rope on a stick.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I like
that's at level
foraging
0.
as well. It can be quite useful, especially high level. It is fairly easy to level up anyway. But
Yeah, I was going to say it's very easy to level up.
It's
I
not
found
a bad one though, Park Ranger.
Well, yeah, but I'm surprised because I don't really see that as. I mean, it's not expensive. It costs you 4 points, so it's not expensive. But I don't find any of those skills like attractive, and then sort of, I must take Park Ranger because I'll get this.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I mean, I don't think I would take it, but the skills are nice.
Because one of the things that sounds good is allows much faster movement through forests. So you can take the outdoorsman trait for that, can't you? And that costs you 2 points.
Yeah, so just take that for 2 points.
Like I said, there are. It's a good trait alone. Like if that was it, yes. But there's other traits and there's other ways to basically build that trait.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, foraging. If you've read the skill book, you can get to level 2 foraging in an afternoon. You really can.
You can.
Easily, so easily.
Exactly.
So another one that's sort of a bit like the police officer. It sort of flatters to deceive.
Yeah.
It sounds good, doesn't it? Because you get all these starting sort of boosts to certain skills. But you don't think so +1 carpentry, so that you start at level 1, but it also gets 75%. Does that make it more attractive?
It's nice to have, isn't it? It's a weird one. Like, I wouldn't jump to take it, but I could live with taking the profession, the occupation.
Yeah.
They're better than police officer.
Yes, I would say.
Okay. Right. Well, let's move on to the next one. Next, we've got the construction worker. Costs you 2 skill points at the start. It gives you +1 carpentry. So you start at level 1, but you'd also get 75% boost to your XP, but you get +3 short blunt. So you start at level 3, and you'd also get 125% boost. So potentially you could really progress really quickly through your short blunt, which I know some people are fans of.
Yeah.
In the description, it says, while construction worker is no longer the best choice for those who want to build their own base, this profession definitely is the one to go with if you like fighting zombies with blunt weapons.
Yeah.
So that sounds good.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, 2
Pretty
points.
powerful.
Starting with level 3, short blunt. That's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a lot easier to find. They're a lot more common, aren't they? Short blunt weapons.
Yeah, that'd be a good beginner.
I used to take this all the time when I was a beginner. I always used to think short blunt. That was definitely the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a good one. It's a good one, I think. For 2 points, you know, what can you take to counter that? You know, something little. But yeah, definitely. I mean, and of course you start with the denim shirt, which is always my go-to. Yeah, I would take that. It's a good one. A good starter if you want to play around with some negative traits and you're new. Go for construction worker, I think. Short blunt +3 is massive early game.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, no, it is. That is pretty good. I myself wouldn't pick it, but I would say, it's a very good, like, short blunt, basically. It's +3 at the start is pretty big. That is quite a lot of grinding, isn't it?
Yeah. And of course you're going to have the 125% bonus XP gain as well.
Yep.
Yes, you can level up twice as quick.
Which is massive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because
that is insane.
I would say the short blunt weapons, because there's a lot of different weapons of short blunt. I'd probably say short blunt is the most common weapon.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Definitely.
So if you were quite new and you were looking for a good, significant boost to your combat, is it fair to say this would be one of the better choices?
Yeah, I think
Am
so.
I overstating it, maybe?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a good one for new starters. I think definitely.
Yeah, no.
Sam's gone very quiet. I'm worried.
No,
I'm worried that he disagrees and he's been too polite.
Yeah, no. I think it's okay. I think it's alright. I'm not a massive fan of short blunt. Sorry, I'm a fan of short blade over short blunt.
I see you're a hunting knife man, huh?
I'm more bladed. I prefer blades in Project Zomboid.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean, short blade can be very overpowered if you got high enough short blade. They use no stamina. They're quick. You got to lose a bit of range, but they shouldn't be overlooked. Short blade. A lot of people hate them, but they can be really good.
I have a problem with the range. I do have a problem with the range.
That's just that bit
get
too
quite
close.
Yeah, that's why you need to play with outline.
But going on awkward it be in real life, just like backpedaling and trying to like stab a zombie. And I've also seen that. Well, I was playing and I was using a short blade, and I stabbed a zombie, and the knife just stuck in the zombie's head.
Yeah, that's quite annoying.
I think that's a good feature, though. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense, and it only happens when there's not. Yeah, there has to be a certain amount of zombies. There can't be zombies within like a 2-tile radius or something. Like, it won't do when you're fighting a horde or something like that, I think.
Okay, that's good. That was my next point. That would be awful.
Yeah,
if that was the case.
So,
that's good. That's the case.
Construction worker.
We're starting to talk about different weapon preferences.
yeah. Gotta stay on track.
Let's move on. Yeah. So next in the occupations, we've got security guard. And I think a lot of people probably quite like this one. But you get +1 light-footed, +2 sprinting. You also, with this one, automatically gain the night owl trait. So you don't have to spend any points to get this additional trait.
Yeah.
So in the description, security guard is a good choice for those who enjoy moving from place to place without clearing the entire area. So it's alluding to the light-footed.
Yeah.
Characters with this profession need less sleep, so they recover from tiredness quicker and stay more alert when they do. They can also evacuate much faster should things go south. I was like thinking, what does that mean? Oh, I guess it means they're sprinting.
Yeah, but
so it costs. The only thing I didn't cover, it costs 2 points. You have to take a couple of points on negative to balance that out. Go on, Sam. You sound as though you're about to say how rubbish that is.
Well, yes. Light-footed. That's I would not be able to. I would not be able to tell the difference between light-footed level 0 and light-footed level 1.
No.
And level sprinting 1 to 2, I would not be able to tell the difference.
And also, arguably, if you're sprinting, you're not playing the game right, are you? Really?
Wait, if you're sprinting, you've got more things to worry. I don't know. If you need the 2 extra sprint, like, why would you need to sprint in the first place? I mean, yeah, if you're cornered, but if you're just lazy and want that extra 2, like, skill points and speed sprinting, it will literally get you to wherever you want to go, maybe a second faster. It's not as much as, plus 2 sprinting. Wow, that's nothing.
Yeah.
What about the light-footed though? So +1 light-footed does also mean you get 75% XP boost, and also with the night owl, because night owl does cost 2 trait points, I think. So you're sort of getting +1 light-footed and +2 sprinting.
Do they have
for
night
nothing.
owl on there still?
No, you wouldn't be able to then pick night owl.
Yeah, but is it a trait that you can take on its own?
I think it'd be
hobbies,
cat-sized.
isn't it? It's hobbies.
No, yes, hobbies.
No. You can only.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
you're right.
only get it
I'm
through
thinking of
night
cat
owl.
size, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of cat size. Sorry. Yeah.
Now I think with night owl requires little sleep, stay extra alert while sleeping. Now I think I can't remember who, but I watched a video on this, and you wake up from zombies further away. Do you know, like, sometimes if there's a zombie near you, you'll wake up in game.
Yeah.
This increases that range, I think, so you actually wake up. So it actually works as a disadvantage, I think, because you're waking up in the middle of the night when you're not actually in danger. If that makes sense.
It does, yeah.
So
I guess it depends on the radius.
I'm sure it increases the rate or something like that. Recover from tiredness quicker. Again, is that? I'm guessing you sleep for less, but then doesn't that mean that you're going to be more tired sooner?
Yeah, we need some numbers on it, don't we? That's what we need.
Numbers. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it says recover from tiredness quicker, but how much quicker?
Yeah.
20%? 40%? What is it?
Yeah. But then you're still going to get tired in the same amount of time, so you're just going to be out of sync. You know what I mean? Before you know it, you'll be waking up at 7 in the evening after a couple of weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a no from me, security guard. 2 points.
Yeah,
nah.
me too.
Get out of it. Security guard now.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't disagree. Yeah. It's not something that we'd ever take, right?
Yeah.
Why would you take it? I can't think of a reason why you would take it. Can you?
No,
I
I actually can't.
Yeah, no.
Well, of course, to spawn in a bar, in the Riverside Bar.
But access the alcohol into a tree.
Molotovs burn it all down.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, but let's move on then. So next up, we've got Carpenter. So not the most exciting choices maybe, but you get +3 carpentry.
Yep.
Which also means you'll get 125% boost to the XP that you gain. So you're leveling up carpentry twice as fast, which for some people would be really, really attractive if you wanted to look to build your own base. You also get +1 short blunt. Now, interestingly, this is the first occupation apart from Unemployed where you actually get some trait points +2.
Yeah.
Now, I think generally it's probably fair to say that the starting points, it's a sort of a good guide on whether it's a good or bad sort of choice to make. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah.
So that would suggest that it's not that great a choice.
Yeah.
But in the description, this occupation is great for those who are looking to build their own base and nothing else. So basically, if you wanted to level up carpentry really quick and to be able to build stairs, I don't know, log walls and better rain collector barrels, you go for this. But there surely isn't any other reason to do so. Agreed?
Yeah.
I don't think it's too bad. It's a good new player one, I think. +3 carpentry and short blunt. You get 2 points. It's not a bad one. I wouldn't take it, but for a new player starting, one more level, you got a rain collector. Boom, you ain't got to worry then.
Yeah.
It's true.
Unlimited water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I don't know. I've always found carpentry pretty easy to level up. Just go to a house, or just go to an apartment building, and then just basically tear everything apart that you see.
Yeah, double beds will get you there nice and quick.
Exactly. I mean, I understand why people would take this because they're just like carpentry is a bit of a bitch sometimes, but overall.
But then again, new player doesn't really want to venture out too much once they get used to, playing the game, staying around their little area. Carpentry's there, boom, and then you've also got short blunt as well, common weapon for a new start, and you get 2 points. It's an okay one for new players, I would say. I recommend it for new players.
However, we'll I guess so. But I mean, I guess you can also argue that will new players be really building their own base?
True.
As in, either they'll be dying or they'll be holding up in like just a room somewhere.
Or they'll have taken police officer and be running around shooting zombies.
Yeah, either one. That's it.
It's not a bad one, I wouldn't say.
No, it's not a bad one. I was just being devil's advocate for that one.
Well, I think that the extra 2 trait points you get could come in handy, couldn't they?
Yeah,
for sure.
They could.
So there's worse choices. There's worse choices.
Oh yeah.
Right, should we move on? Anybody else got anything to say?
No, all good.
Right, the burglar. Now, this for some will be the star choice. It costs you a massive 6 trait points, so you'd have to take negative traits up to 6 to balance this one out at least. +2 light-footed, +2 nimble, and +2 sneaking. But also, crucially, you can hotwire vehicles right from the start of the game, which for some would be absolutely massive. I'll just read the description. Burglars are the best choice for those who prefer to sneak past zombies rather than fight them. They can, however, move quickly while in combat, making them very versatile. Burglars can also hotwire vehicles without the necessary character skills.
Yep.
So, what do we think?
I think it's a very solid pick for a new player. Maybe it's just a psychological thing of I'm a burglar, let's be sneaky. It kind of fits in maybe with some people's vision of playing the game in zombie apocalypse. You're going to want to go raid, you're going to want to go steal stuff. And I don't know, I think that's all. Burglary is always something that I think people are drawn to in games. And especially in a zombie apocalypse, because you would be burgling. But I think the skills it gives a good, like I said earlier at the start, the ability to hotwire vehicles at the start will be the thing that probably entices a lot of players.
That's the story of the show, isn't it? I
to
think,
do it. Yeah, exactly.
Because that's a unique thing for that occupation, isn't it? Because there's no other way that you could organise things. There's no traits that you can take that would enable you to hotwire vehicles right from the start.
Yeah, exactly. You also have a less chance of breaking the lock on a window when you're forcing it open. So when it's really annoying when you're about to get in, and the snap of the window's lock breaking. You're much less chance of that happening when you're.
Yeah, that's when you just smash it with a crowbar, though.
Yeah, it's when you just go, oh shit, and just smack it.
But yeah, it's a good one. I mean, I'm not too worried about the light foot, the nimble, or the sneaking, but it's that hot wiring cars. Is it worth 6 points? Yeah, I would say probably, because I took this so much when I was like new to the game, just so I could hot wire the cars. It's nice.
Yeah, if you were quite new, being able to have access to a vehicle potentially right from the off is massive, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just be able to travel. I think that's the little thing that And a lot of players like to do that.
Just changes the game so much, doesn't it, having a vehicle?
Yeah, it gives you an escape route, doesn't it?
Exactly, that's true.
Although arguably that would depend on how available the vehicles are.
Yeah,
It's true. I don't know. I think it's a very good trait for new players.
Yeah, would you say that was the standout occupation for a new person taking the burglar?
I would be most likely. Most likely.
Yeah.
Because it's not that expensive at 6 points, is it? Because you can balance that out with a couple of negative traits that aren't sort of going to impact you too negatively.
Yeah. It's like, you just take 1 minus 2, and then you've only got 4 left, and that is not too bad.
Party appetite or something like that.
Yeah. You could knock it out with high first.
Yeah.
Which is what a lot of people actually just take generally. There are a lot of ways you can counteract it very easily.
Yeah, it's a good one, I think.
A really standout one for a new person, would you say? Purely to be able to get those vehicles.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue that I'm jumping ahead. I'd just briefly.
It's not the best one. Okay.
Yeah, maybe mechanics would be better, but I'll go into that when we get to mechanics.
All right. Well, let's move on. So burglar, it's good value.
Yeah, it's a good one. 6 points. It's worth it, I would say. It's a good one.
Yeah.
For the
all right. Well, next up we got chef. I mean, really exciting. Gives you +3 cooking. How amazing is that? +1 maintenance. +1 maintenance. That's a bit more attractive.
Yeah.
And +1 short blade. So maintenance, obviously, as we all know, but maybe some of the listeners don't. That will help you. That will help your weapons that you find and you're using to last much longer, which could be useful if you've got a really, really good weapon at the start. Having a bit of maintenance will enable it to last longer, so you could kill more zombies and increase your survival chances. So it's not bad. +1 short blade costs you 4 trait points at the start. Go on, Sam, you're going to say.
Yeah, I'm kind of just going to ask you both. How often?
Oh, you cut out a little.
Oh,
bit
you've
there.
gone.
Oh no! How often do you? How much? Fucking, I can't speak. How often do you use cooking? And how often do you, if you use it, how often do you not make just cabbage and just salad, which will literally take you cooking level 1 if you really, really want.
The only time I think of cooking as a skill to develop, if it's late game and I've got a lot of gear, a lot of stuff, a lot of food, I've got a base, I've killed a shit ton of zombies, and I'm just looking to just increase all of my skills. That's the only time I think to look at.
And I think
increasing cooking.
Is it level 8? You can put rotten food into stuff to combine it, and it won't be affected. But there's so much food around.
And let's be honest, if you're getting to level 8 in cooking, you don't really need that just slight boost at the start. I mean, it's +3, but you kind of get
4 points as well. It's a terrible one, I'd say.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
I guess in the the trait cook, it gives you cooking recipes, all the recipes, I guess, to be able to cook.
Yeah.
Hang on, but maybe we're focusing too much on the cooking, because you +1 maintenance, +1 short blade. So it gives you a good boost to short blade, hunting knives, kitchen knives, that sort of
Maintenance is nice.
It's one of the few occupations that you do get that boost for maintenance.
But then, you compare this, getting slightly ahead, to the next one, repairman, same point cost, 2 maintenance.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So basically, it doesn't compare very favourably to some of the other occupations.
Yeah.
Sounds good, but
it's a no from me.
Cooking is not attractive.
No.
A reason to take that occupation. Okay. Right. Well, next
Yep.
next we got repairman. So you get +1 carpentry, +2 to maintenance, and +1 short blunt. Costs 4 trait points at the start. I'll just read the description briefly. A repairman is a profession for those who want to use their tools for a little longer without them breaking, and even then be able to repair them easily if they have the right kind of glue or some duct tape. So +2 maintenance. Is that a
That's
really,
big, I'd say.
really big plus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, maintenance
Yeah,
is a good skill to have, and to have +2 at the start, plus that XP bonus, which is what 100%.
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah, so you'd level up twice as fast.
That's a good one for. And compare that to the chef.
And it's the same sort of cost, yeah.
But you're getting
And you
double.
do get a denim shirt as well.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's a good one. 4 points, I think. I would consider taking this. I don't take it because I'm kind of stuck in my ways, but I would consider taking it, I think.
I do know, as a fan of axes, that you need to have level 2 maintenance to repair. You definitely need that to repair hand axes, so you probably need that to repair fire axes as well.
Okay.
Obviously, with the duct tape.
Yeah,
So until you get level 2 maintenance, you can't repair axes. So if you're a big fan of axes, then that could work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I think maintenance is such a valuable skill. Actually.
Yeah.
I think it really is.
So it is the only occupation that you can take that gives you level 2 in maintenance.
It's worth it. It's worth the 4 points.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah. And then you get a bonus of the carpentry, and you get the bonus of the short blunt.
I thought you were going to say the bonus of the denim shirt then.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying. That's the only reason I'm taking this.
Well, of course. So that's one of the better ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think definitely chef is the worst one so far, right?
Yeah, it's
That +3 cooking.
yeah.
Nah.
Chef, chef is even worse than police officer.
Oh.
yeah, that's how bad it is.
All right. Well, so repairman, it's a good option.
Yeah.
So next we got farmer. All this does.
I don't know. This
is
is competing for the next worst.
Yeah, it gives you +3 in farming. So you start at level 3 farming. So that does mean that you would get 125% XP skill boost. So you'd really power level through your farming if you could survive for the 2 weeks it takes you to grow some crops. That is. Profession of choice for those who don't want to starve. Once the last can of tuna and pack of crisps are nothing but a memory. Now, for me, they're clearly overstating the possibility of starving in Project Zomboid. I think we'd all agree with that, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever starved.
No.
No, nor me.
Never starved to death in the game. So I think that's telling.
I mean, the only benefit this has, farming, is you don't even need any skill in farming, really, do you, to be able to farm. You can just see more information. The only benefit to this is the 2 points it's giving you, but just take unemployed and get 8 points, because you really don't need 3 points in farming.
No.
Because you would probably get 3 levels in farming after a crop, like you yield. Read a book before you harvest it, boom, you're there.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to ever take this occupation.
No. Unless you're full-on role-playing, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But
apart from that, I don't see. I would love to hear a logical argument as to why. Yeah. And if someone does use it, please let us know, because I would love to just to see why you would.
It may actually become more useful, because I know they're reworking the farming a little bit, aren't they, for Bill 42? So it may be more useful then, but as it stands, it's bad.
It's not worth it.
And the fact that you get an extra 2 trait points to spend tells you that it's, as an occupation, giving you a chance of surviving, it's not really that strong a choice, is it?
No.
Yeah.
Right, well, next we've got fisherman. Does actually, I'm surprised to see, cost you 2 trait points. You get +3 fishing and +1 foraging. So it says in the description, good starting profession for those who choose to survive in the wilderness, with a massive bonus to fishing and a slight bonus to foraging. They also have a bonus to search mode, so that's in foraging, allowing them to find items easily while in search mode. Anybody, again, is that something that's ever on anybody's radar as a profession to take at the start?
Not really, no.
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 Anybody ever done much fishing?
I have done fishing, but it's normally with a spear. You gain it fairly quickly, I think, because you can fast forward it, can't you? It's one of them you can kind of just leave it.
Yep,
and
exactly.
Just fishing all day kind of thing. So
Yeah, just click the fish button, leave.
Yeah.
Leave your computer, get yourself a little safe fishing hut, and then come back and
it costs 2 points as well. Jesus, nah. They, like you said, they should be giving us points for that.
Yeah.
How dare they?
So again, it's not one that we'd ever really think to take at the start.
No.
There's no benefit to it, really, is there?
No.
So we'll move on from that one pretty quickly. Now, doctor as a occupation, +3 to your first aid and +1 to your short blade. So doctors are much better at treating injuries than other people, but are not too useful in a world where a single scratch from a zombie can mean death. So again, it's telling that it gives you 2 trait points to spend if you take occupation. That says a lot, maybe. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I kind of agree with it. I agree with the fact that it should give you those points because, like they say, if you've got a scratch or a bite, no amount of first aid skill can save you. And there are ways that you can level up your first aid pretty quickly in game, aka standing on glass and then treating your feet. I mean, it's a bit of a cheesy kind of way to do it, but you can do that if you want to. And yeah, I just wouldn't pick it. I'd much rather get different skills. Simply as I don't use first aid that much because I don't really need to much.
No, I mean, there's no real practical benefit for having a higher first aid skill, is there?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess it can help you. I mean, what does it actually do? First aid wise, like
heals quicker, doesn't it? I think
heals quicker. I don't know. I wonder how substantial that +3 would be. Because
the thing is, I don't think I've ever gained a level
yeah.
in first aid.
I think I've got to level 1 a few times, but that's only when I've read the book.
Yeah.
As well.
So yeah, I just don't use it. It's not worth it to me.
Arguably, it sort of shows you that first aid as a skill in the game, it's kind of, well, not broken, but it doesn't really work, does it really? It doesn't really sort of fit as a skill that you would want to develop and use. It doesn't do anything.
No.
But interestingly, spawn points for Muldra. If you start in Muldra with this profession, you start in Cortman Medical, which is a very, very good location. To start,
it is.
So in a way, it's kind of, you could almost forget the sort of skill bonuses that it gives you. You're sort of having to spend. Well, you get 2 points, and you get to start in a very good base location in Muldra.
Yeah.
So that would be a good, in a weird sort of way, for sort of newer players.
Yeah, but then the argument of it's not that far of a walk, is it?
True, because you do often in Muldra, you do often spawn in those houses.
Yeah.
to the south,
Yeah.
And I would simply just walk there anyway. But yeah, I understand. I understand what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. I just Not for me, really. I'm gonna be honest.
No, not for
Nope.
me.
Oh,
Can't really ever see any of us choosing that ever,
No,
and we couldn't recommend it.
no.
No, it's lots of no's. Well, next up we've got veteran. Now, I think a lot of people will choose this every time, so it'd be interesting to see what you guys think. So, veteran, you're basically an army veteran, aren't you? So you get +2 aiming, +2 reloading. So it's a very gun-focused occupation.
yeah.
You do automatically get the desensitized trait, so you never get panicked, regardless of how many zombies there are. So in the description, veterans never panic, no matter how bad it is. They can stand their ground and deal out headshots to any zombies that made the mistake of trying to scare them. I mean, that description makes it sound unstoppable, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Cost you a massive 8 trait points.
yeah.
Do you guys ever sort of use this? Would you recommend this?
Yes, whenever I'm going for a kill PB, personal best. Apart from that, though, no. I mean, yeah, in my long playthrough, yes, I got it because that's where I'm going for like my highest kills and stuff, etc. But generally, if I'm doing a playthrough where my goal is to survive to winter or for longer or for a year, no, it's not it.
Mm. I mean, for me, I don't play with it. I can see why people do, because desensitized is massive. But it is costly, 8 points. Is desensitized worth 8 points? Possibly. But just to get a couple of bottles of beta blockers, you saved yourself 8 points there. The aiming and reloading that you get with it is doesn't matter to me. I think it's all about the desensitized for this. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I can see why people take it, but I don't take it. Brave seems to work okay. You still get panicked, but not a lot. Especially with
Brave is really good.
blockers. Yeah. For me, it's a good trait, and I can see why people would take it, but it's costly.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. All right. Let's move on. We've got nurse. So we've got +2 first aid, +1 light-footed. You get 2 trait points. So again, it's a bit similar to doctor in a way. Nurses treat wounds better than others, except for doctors. They also have a slight bonus to light-footed, allowing them to move a bit quieter. What do you guys think about that one?
Terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
Just gonna put it out there straight away. Terrible.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, it's just Doctor, but worse. And you don't even get any more like skill points for it. It's like with Doctor, you get 2 free skill points, but with this one, you just get you just get 2. You don't get 3 or more. You know, even though it's a worse trait.
Yeah.
Oh, occupation. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a no from me.
Yeah. Sound like X Factor judges, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think Chuck might have gone.
Yeah, I think he might have done.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No. Right. So yeah.
Technical issues.
Technical issues. Yeah, I mean, I guess the only difference. I guess the Doctor you get short blade, and Nurse you get light-footed. But once again, like I said last time, light-footed is that +1 really going to be worth it?
No. It's bad all round for me. I think this one.
Yeah.
It ain't worth. It's not worth the 2 points.
No.
No way.
It's definitely not.
I
don't see the reason why it's a thing really. Just get scrap Nurse and just keep Doctor.
Yeah. Just no need for it. What about
exactly.
now? I think going on to the next one, Lumberjack. I think that's not a bad one. So it's +2 axe, +1 strength. It costs no points. And Lumberjacks are very effective with an axe, no matter if they're hacking away at a tree or a zombie. Lumberjacks swing their axe 25% faster.
It's insane.
Yeah, and they deal 50% bonus damage to trees and move at 59% speed while walking through forests. They also have a bonus to search mode, allowing them to find items easily while in search mode. Now, that's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I'm just confused at why it's such a specific number of minus 59%. Like, just have 60%, minus 60%, please.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, right. What's that all about?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, +1 strength for no points. That on its own, I think, is big.
Yeah. +2 axe as well, and as an axe man. You know, it's very good. It's very good. The axe man, yeah. Swing is 25% faster. That's pretty good. And when you think about, for every 4 swings, normally you could do 5.
Yeah.
The axe man.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I do like the axes. I do like using axes in game.
Yeah, they always do feel, powerful.
Meaty, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, I used to choose this every time. Every time. Near the beginning, I was a big fan of axes, and yeah, it was +2 axe, +1 strength. Swinging that axe even quicker. What could be wrong with that?
I can't get over a +1 strength for no points. That's a winner for me right there. It really
Sold.
is. But then, could you argue that fireman might be better? Because that's a 0 points, and that's strength and fitness. You only get 1 axe. It's a tough one.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Definitely a good one.
If you were comparing those two, I think the fireman would be better value, more bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree with that.
But I used to be a big fan of the Lumberjack one as a way to really max out the axe. Definitely. It's a good one, would you say, for sort of somebody that's newer, maybe, to give them a bit of help with combat?
Definitely, yeah.
If they can find an axe, that is.
Yeah. It goes in the good pile, I think.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree.
Yeah. All right, well, next one, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fitness instructor.
My favourite.
I sent a slight sarcastic response there. So it gives you +3 fitness. So that does give you a big boost to your fitness, which is hard to level up, along with the strength. +2 sprinting, so you can run around a lot and not get tired. Gives you the additional bonus of being a nutritionist, which helps you understand what foods will make you fat and whatever. Cost you 6 trait points. That's quite expensive, isn't it? 6 points. And just a bit of fitness. Fitness instructors are very effective at running and have a high starting regularity for all exercises, which means zombies and exercise fatigue usually aren't going to be a big problem for them. So it kind of feels like they're overstating the fitness thing for me. I mean, it seems very expensive for 6 points. Is that? Can you? What could? Come on, let's think of something positive to say about this. What about you, Sam?
Yay! +2 sprinting.
So again, we're saying you shouldn't be looking to level up your sprinting, really, should you?
No,
Not really. I
mean,
mean,
the fitness is nice because high fitness means you're going to be able to fight longer. Is it worth 6 points? 2 points a level? I don't know.
It seems expensive. It seems expensive for 6 points.
Yeah,
it doesn't compare favourably.
yeah.
No.
But if you were looking to start with a very high fitness, is that something that you could make it sort of a good option? Was there better ways to start with high fitness? Could you get high? I guess you can get high fitness with your traits, can't you?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
You can generally get wherever you want to be with traits.
Nutritionalist is pointless as well, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So.
I think
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah. No.
It'd be nice to know, but
You can kind of, you can.
You would know, wouldn't you? What has calories? Like, hopefully exactly. a bit of like just life experience. You would know, like, the rough values of what's got high calories and what hasn't.
No, I have to agree on that one.
Interesting. It seems to. I'm just looking through the wiki. It seems to suggest that it helps with your foraging. A little bit. Really? I mean, it's not going to be like a deal breaker or deal maker, but it says it affects search mode, the nutritionist part.
It affects search mode. That's it. Hang on.
Well, I guess that means it helps you find food. Does it?
Possibly, it could do.
I am having a quick look. Okay, so foraging. Where are we? So if I'm on here, okay, so it doesn't say there's anything on the wiki.
Oh, what? No, it increases the chance of finding certain foods.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, this is getting a bit overly complicated, but for an example, you're 25% more likely to find junk food when you're foraging. So in basic terms, you're more likely to find food when you're foraging if you've got the fitness instructor, which is seems a bit tenuous, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought it'd be like, whatever. Who knows?
Ain't for me.
No. That's definitely. It's interesting though that it sort of affects your foraging. It seems a bit. It kind of makes sense, but it doesn't.
You kind of want to go. Oh yeah, you get better food, but also foraging. Like, I associate foraging with on your hands crawling through the forest.
Yeah, being a fitness instructor does not help you forage for food, does it?
No. It helps you, like, I would say maybe it makes you a better cook, as in you might want to cook your meals better. But apart from that, like, I would say a change for that is you'd have like an increase in cooking skills,
or an extra recipe or something.
Yeah,
possibly something like
so
that.
Know how to eat healthily, sort of.
Yeah,
I tell you, you learn something new every day. Just when you thought you knew everything about Zomboid, something else pops up. So we wouldn't take that one, would we?
No,
really?
No.
All right. Well, next one's kind of a funny one. It's interesting. Burger flipper.
My favourite.
Exactly.
Again.
I think people do take this for a bit of a laugh, don't they?
I've seen someone who got 90.
You've gone.
It was
someone who got 90,000
kills with a burger flipper.
Really?
Yeah. Hang on.
That's a challenge right there.
I think that wouldn't be because they took burger flipper, though, would it?
No, that was the reason. It was. Hang on there. I'm gonna look up burger flipper. No.
So while you look that up, I'm going to just kind of cover the rest of that occupation. So you get +2 cooking, +1 maintenance. So it's one of the few occupations that gives you a significant boost to your maintenance. +1 short blade as well. So it does help with your weapon handling and how long they last for. Does give you 2 trait points, which again sort of reveals how good or not it is as an occupation. Good for those who want to eat well and play with sharp objects. They're trying their best to make it sound good, aren't they?
Yeah, but it just really isn't.
Again, there's just no value in that cooking thing, is there?
No. The maintenance and the short blade ain't bad, plus the 2 points, but it's I mean, I'm just having a quick look. Yeah, you gotta be taking Carpenter over that, haven't you? +3 carpentry, 1 short blunt. Yeah. I would say. Oh, I don't know though. I don't know. The 1 maintenance is
+1 maintenance. Yeah,
+1 maintenance is good. I may even be swayed to burger flipper. I could be out of the 2.
It's beautiful.
The positive 2 point ones. Maybe I would.
So, not the best in the whole list, but pretty good value.
Yeah. Compared to the maintenance is big. It is good to get good maintenance early on.
It is underestimated how powerful high maintenance can be, because it can save you lots of weapons.
Yeah.
Just enable you to get those few extra kills before the weapon breaks.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a weapon that you're specialising in. Like an axe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
So,
It ain't bad, Burger Flipper, to be honest.
You can underestimate Burger Flipper, can't you?
Yeah.
You can underestimate it.
So, I have found the Reddit post, and it's Burger Flipper as OP, 69,420 kills. And days, and and they survived for 4 months and 29 days, and they said that they were 9 days too slow, because they wanted to get it 4 months and 20 days too. Fair enough.
Maybe that's a challenge. Maybe
They were Burger Flipper, and they were max fitness strength, max short blade maintenance, carpentry, cooking, mechanics, tailoring. They were. That was a good survivor.
Yeah.
That's the old strength and fitness though that got them there, isn't it? Not
Yeah.
Sure.
No, flipping burgers before the apocalypse was the sole reason for their insane rampage, I'll tell you. Anger at the manager taking it out.
Yeah.
So there's worse choices than Burger
Yeah,
Flipper.
it's not too bad, to be honest.
We wouldn't recommend it necessarily for a new person, necessarily. Doesn't stand out.
No, it's better. There's better traits.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
Unemployed.
I suppose maybe if you were focusing on, if you wanted to get a starting bonus in your maintenance, and you could consider it for that reason alone.
Yeah. It's
Maybe.
You're gaining points for it, so
Yeah.
ain't bad. If you want to go short, blunt, ain't bad actually. It's a hidden gem, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know if I go that far, but
I'll make a video of that now. Watch.
it ain't as bad as it sounds, I think.
All right, well, let's move on. We're nearly there. We've got 4 more to go. Next up, we've got Electrician. So all this does nothing other than give you +3 in electrical. So you start at level 3 in electrical, which, in a way, that's quite good. I mean, it's a hell of a grind to level up your electrical. It costs you 4 trait points. And the description, this profession will allow the player to use generators and maintain them by default. So basically, you start off knowing how to use generators. Yeah. Does that make it worthwhile?
Nope.
No, this profession just enrages me, I think.
Okay. Oh God.
The more
He's
I'm
going off on
looking
a
at
rant.
it,
Alright.
I just think it's just terribly bad. 4 points to be able to use a generator. Because electrical skill is, I don't think I've ever used it other than to get to level 1 to hotwire a car. And you can get to level 1 fairly quick once you've read a book and kill enough zombies and dismantle their watchers. And how to use generators.
Have you never had that playthrough where you've never been able to find that skill, man?
I have, yeah. But to lock myself into having Electrician, that's just nah.
Yeah, just as an aside, if you've got level 3 electrical, you can move ovens.
Right, yeah.
So if you were making your own base, I'm not saying that this is a good reason to take this occupation, but that's something you can do at level 3 electrical, just for the record.
But they could just on a little side note, they're going to add in build 42, be able to use generators once you get to a certain level of electrical, which I think it should have been from, for 8, that's how it should be. Give electrical some benefit to grinding it.
It depends what level they choose, though.
I think, I don't think there was any information on.
I don't think I've had a few playthroughs where I've really tried to grind levels just to get as many little sort of gold boxes as possible on my character.
Yeah, no, that's...
And I've never got past level 5 electrical.
They definitely level 3.
They definitely need to rework the electrical, how you level it up, because it is too much of a grind.
Yeah, no. it's always come back to the thing of, I know that there's the skill, but once you've deconstructed and you've had a proper good look at how a light switch works, you should just be able to. I don't know how to describe it really, because it would make like an entire overhaul. But I've said it before on this podcast that if you dismantle or you investigate, for example, an item, and you have the skill required, once you have done that, then you can build the item or something. I don't.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because I don't know, I just find the repetitive.
I mean, what I think is quite strange is that one of the. I'm just going off on a tangent here, but the Woodcraft shows, one of them actually is about making a rain collector, isn't it? Mm. But you watch that, but you still need to get to level 4. If you're watching a video on it, it should be a recipe that's given to you by watching a video, like watching some of the cooking shows give you recipes, I think, personally. But
I can agree with that, definitely.
I'm trying to remember what you can do at higher levels of electrical, because you can make sort of
some timers you
battery
can make
things,
stuff.
Can't you?
I don't know. I don't know.
You can make. I think you can make like battery packs or something, so you can attach those to light shades, lamps, and things.
All right.
Is
that a thing? That's how little I've actually looked into electrical.
You can make battery connectors, and I think you can use those to light your rooms. Is a slightly more efficient way to do it? I think something like that. I'm trying to find it on the wiki, but I can't find it.
But once again, I'm just always taken back to it's such a grind. I can't be bothered. I'll just set a lamp in the middle of the room. Done.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So there's never worth taking that one, right?
No.
Yeah.
Electrician. It's just a no.
Just a no.
I've actually lost the occupations now. What's the next occupation?
Engineer.
I've gone through so many pages on the wiki. I've lost my place. So you're gonna have to take over for me.
Okay. So engineer gives you +1 carpentry, +1 electrical, costs 4 points. And the engineer is able to craft different kinds of traps and powerful explosives, even some that cannot be learnt through recipe magazines.
So you can make traps and explosives.
Now,
sounds exciting.
I don't really use explosives.
Me neither.
Or traps.
Yeah, me neither.
For me, it's never appeared. And they're locking stuff behind this profession because it has nothing going for it, really, does it? Yeah. One carpenter, let's just be gone, I think, and put into something like give them recipes to the electrician or something like that. Them two should be combined, I think, actually, in some way.
I can see why that would be useful.
Because it'd be nice if it gave you more ways to blow up zombies, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean,
make it a bit more attractive.
Only recently started using Molotov cocktails. I've never used them for years.
I'm surprised.
Because I'm scared of just blowing myself up or setting myself on fire. So I've only recently.
You set us on fire quite a bit, don't you? Though, don't you?
This is why I don't.
Twice you've done that to me and killed me.
This is why I don't do it in single player, because I know if I die in single player, it's over. I'm multiplayer, you guys, you'll be alright,
Oh, yeah, thanks.
It's trading in multiplayer for my single player shenanigans.
Oh, I see. Okay, so basically just guinea pigs. Does this person burn if I...
That's probably why I end up burning everyone in multiplayer, because I have no experience with it.
Right, so I don't know if you've watched the video, but we were doing The Last of Us, and we were all surviving, and then someone decided to throw a Molotov. That Molotov
it was carnage.
Kills everyone.
See, I had no gauge of how far it was going to go, and it went into all you lot.
Yeah, it went straight onto my noggin, and done. Oh no. Yeah, Anyway, I'm not mad. I'm joking. Yeah, no, it was really funny. It's really funny.
But yeah,
I can understand. Yeah.
Normally, and traps and bombs and stuff isn't my cup of tea. So this one I'm staying clear of.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, just so it's clear, you can make the noisemaker. So I think that literally there's something that you throw and when it lands, it makes a big noise. So I guess it's intended to attract all the zombies to that point.
Never use one of them.
Well, you'd just shout though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, or
just
an
as
alarm clock.
effective.
Use an alarm clock.
I just run at them.
Yeah, I just kite them away somewhere, round them up, get them away, circle back round. Yeah,
exactly.
And the other thing you can make is a smoke bomb, which again I don't think I've ever used.
No, only in multiplayer.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. I'll stop the zombies from seeing us. That's it for it.
Yeah.
That's all it's got going.
Do they even work in single? Like, do they work against the zombies? I don't even know.
Definitely not. Oh, I don't think so.
I don't know.
So, according to the wiki, it says a smoke bomb pacifies zombies that are in the area of effect of the bomb when it explodes. Well, I guess does that mean that they can't see you? So they don't. They just stand there and they don't do anything.
They just get like stunned.
So I'm getting. So you smoke bomb the zombies then, and they're just just staying there. You're not like throwing it to run in between you and the zombies, so they can't see you. You just throw it on the zombies to like incapacitate them, I suppose.
Well, interesting. It goes on to say, note that although it immediately pacifies zombies in its area, they may still be influenced by horde behavior and continue towards their target. This is especially prevalent if there are many zombies nearby that were unaffected by the smoke bomb, which can cause its effect to be almost unnoticeable.
That's such a cool feature.
That's actually on the wiki, so they're kind of basically saying that it's pointless.
Yeah,
almost.
I mean, that's such a cool feature. That like due to like horde mentality, that it might not even do anything.
Yeah,
because it's just a cool feature.
It sounds like one of those things that they brought in like a couple of years into the game, and it's just sat there and been forgotten about or ignored, and they've never done anything with it.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get there one day.
One day.
So again, there's kind of no point to take engineer.
Nah.
Really?
No.
It is because there's not even a niche reason to take it, is there?
No.
Really?
Not really.
No. All right. Well, we've got 2 left. We've almost made it.
We're getting there.
We're getting there slowly but surely. So we've got a metal worker. All it does, it gives you +3 metalworking. It is a crafting skill, but I got a feeling that a lot of people, listeners and us guys here, maybe don't give that much time or attention to develop metalworking.
No.
We'll find out. But it starts to give you 3 levels in metalworking. It costs quite a hefty 6 skill points. Description: the metalworker is able to craft metal structures and furniture. Woohoo!
Yeah, I mean, you could get to level 3 metalworking with going to like a laundromat, dismantling the stuff, dismantling cookers.
Yep.
In no time, really.
There's not really a specific standout advantage to having level 3 metalworking, is there?
No.
Really?
I can't remember what level you need to be to repair car bonnets. The hood.
I think it is 3.
But again, there's always
You're
cars lying around, isn't there? That you can either swap to or change the hood.
Yeah.
Ain't worth 6 points, no way. In my opinion.
Exactly.
I don't. Yes, it's kind of almost pointless. Really.
Yeah, I agree.
So not much more to say on that one, really.
No, not really.
Just don't bother.
Yeah.
Well, the last one, mechanic. Interesting. This could be an interesting one. +3 mechanics, so you start at level 3 mechanic straight from the off. And it gives you +1 short blunt, so it gives you a bit of a weapon proficiency as well. Costs 4 points. Mechanics know how to fix all sorts of cars if they have the right tools. They are also good with short blunt weapons.
Yep.
So not bad. Sounds quite good. What do you think?
Yeah, it's not too bad at all, really, is it?
It's a win for me on this one. This was my go-to profession before Unemployed, because level 3 mechanics, you need level 1 electrical. You can hotwire. Mechanics is always handy, single player and multiplayer. I think repair your car, and the short blunt as well, which is nice. I think.
Yeah.
And when because my progression as I've played the game of professions was I start with burglar, then I moved to mechanic, and now I'm unemployed. That's like how I've gone through the stages. But I was using mechanic for a long time. This is why I think it is arguably better than burglar, because it costs less points. It doesn't take that much work to be able to hotwire. And you get an extra mechanical and short blunt. So yeah, that's my argument for mechanic.
Okay.
Also, we should note, in addition, if you have this occupation, it gives you the amateur mechanic hobby. So that basically means that you know how to work on all types of vehicle straight away.
Yeah.
So without that, you need to find 3 in game. You need to find 3 recipe magazines to be able to work on all the different vehicles. But with this you would know all of that knowledge straight away, which could be useful.
Yeah. I think it's quite good. It's one of the better ones. I'd probably say. Having vehicles is always a positive. Having the ability to always travel is always a positive. And yeah, short blunt is also pretty good if you like short blunt. And plus 2 mechanics. Mechanics is one of my least favourite ones because it's just repetitive, back and forth. Take the light bulb, go around the car, do this, do that, do this,
yeah,
and everything weighs so much that you can't have multiple.
Yeah, a good one is to duct tape the seats. Yeah, that'll get it quite good. But you need level 1 to be able to do that. But that's a good one. Because I now with Unemployed, I always take amateur mechanic, and that starts you with a 1 level in mechanics. But yeah, it is a grind. Normally mechanics. It is.
So it's a good alternative to be able to access vehicles along with burglar.
Yeah, I would say you're saving 2 points. You're getting more mechanics. You're getting short blunt. Yeah, and it doesn't take too long to get to level 1 electrical. If you've read the book, if you can't find a book, it's going to take a while. But,
Game over.
Yeah, but the books are fairly common. You shouldn't have too much trouble finding one.
Yeah,
I'm a pro mechanic.
Yeah, I can't disagree with any of that. Yeah.
Yep. So I've said everything there.
All right. Well, we've finally got through the list of occupations. Just let's see if we can be different for a change and be brief. Starting with Ash, what would you say is your favourite occupation? You kind of already said it about it many times. Unemployed
for all the
gets
reasons
you that
I gave.
8 free trait points.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about you, Sam?
I want to say, out of respect for younger me, struggling and dying every 4 seconds, burglar. Yep, that's it. Burglar, just because I don't know. I've got nostalgia and memories for that.
See, I still have a bit of a nostalgic fondness for Lumberjack. Doesn't cost you any points. It gives you +2 axe, +1 strength.
It is.
There's worse choices.
Yeah,
worse choices.
+1 strength for no points is a win right there, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Well, I guess we finally got to the end of the list, huh?
Yeah.
We've finally covered all the occupations,
and we've not made it into 3 episodes either.
Yeah, no,
not too bad.
We didn't do too bad on that one. Took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, but we still didn't do too bad.
We got it.
Yeah, well, I think we've kind of forgot how many occupations there are.
Yeah.
Partly because there's so many occupations that we would just never on our radar. We would just never take.
Same thing happened with the traits, wasn't it? It just stuff we just forget are even there, really.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah.
Right, well, that was fun, as always. Do let us know down in the comments what your thoughts on the occupations, what your favourite is, what you always take, what you hate. Just let us know what your opinions are on the occupations down below. I really hope that everybody enjoyed listening to us guys waffle on about Project Zomboid once again. And I hope that you'll join us for the next episode. And if you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing so keep up to date with the next episode. Thanks very much for listening, guys.
Thanks very much. See you next time.
See you later.